I'm going to share with you my favourite, trusted drill that's almost going to guarantee you, if you slice the ball, to turn that into a draw. I've used this drill with hundreds of golfers, and many of those are actually doing it on the course still to this day because it just works so well. So if you're slicing it or fading it, what is actually happening that we need to fix? Oh, that is not a good drive. Typical slice, big high off to the right. Put myself on the 17th as Andrews, and although it's one of the largest fairways out there, that's clearly not going to be in the fairway. So, you know, what's happening to create that typical slice? Well, club path out to in by 4.4 degrees, and the club face open by 7 degrees. So if you swing out to in with an open face, you're going to slice it. So the drill we're going to share with you is going to fix both of those. It's going to fix the path and it's going to fix the face, which will fix the slice and get you to hit draws. The main part to this, it's actually really simple because it's just a setup change. It's something you can do pre-swing. So what I'd love you to do is take your normal address that you would do with driver, slightly wider stance, ball towards that front heel, weight 50-50. But then once you get yourself comfortable, using your upper body, so your shoulders and your chest, you're going to rotate away from the target and you're going to drag the club along the ground. So the club head is still on the ground, but it's probably, well, just inside my trail side. And this is actually where I want you to start your golf swing from. So how does this change the golf swing? Well, basically your club swings around your body in a big circle. If you're swinging out to in, what that means is that circle is twisted in this fashion. So the club is cutting across the golf ball, giving that slice. What that little setup change does is it takes that circle and shifts it not just back to pretty neutral, but actually the opposite way. Because watch what happens to my shoulders when I make that little adjustment. When I drag the club along the ground, my shoulders slightly close. So from here, I'm naturally going to swing the club on a different shape. My circle has been twisted, and when we twist the circle, we actually change the path. You can see the path was 4.4 degrees out to in. By simply making this little setup change, what that will do is it will change the path. Now we do have to adjust the face, which we'll come to in a moment, but if I simply just do that, drag the club, start my golf swing from here, just look at what it does to my club path. I mean, you can see straight away we get a very different shape on the shot. That was nowhere near at full speed, but we will not have an out to in path, we will have an in to out path. So my path in to out by 15.7 degrees. Now that's way too much, but it just shows you the power of that drill. A simple setup change, you can almost adjust your whole golf swing, and you can play around with how much you move that driver head back from the golf ball. Some of you will need to move it a little bit more, some of you will need to use it less. That is going to change the path. If you're slicing it, you've probably also got the face open. So we're going to give you a little feel that you can do through impact to square the face more. You put the two together, that slice will be a high draw, or at least much, much straighter. I want to keep this really simple. The reason I want to keep it simple is because I want you to be able to take the information in this video and take it to the golf course the very next time you play. This doesn't require 6 months of practice, 13 range sessions. You can take this to the golf course straight away. We've got that setup change, which is going to adjust the path. So what we then have to think about is how do we get the club face to be more closed, because slicers have the face open. So the real simple visual I want you to imagine is that just in front of your golf ball is a wall. And when you're swinging from your new starting position, you're simply trying to get the toe of the golf club, which is this part here, to hit the wall before the heel. So if you can imagine that I had the face open, the heel of the golf club would be making contact with the wall before the toe. You're going to set it from here, and as you're swinging through, you're going to simply feel as if the toe of the golf club would hit the wall before the heel. Now, how are you doing that? You're doing that with your hands and arms. The hands and the arms are such a powerful tool that so many golfers don't tap into. We've been told for years that taking the hands out of the golf swing is good. Use the bigger muscles is good. It's not the case. Your hands are so influential. So the setup adjustment will start to get you swinging where your path is up to the right. That's key. But if we don't get the club face close to that path, you're just going to start hitting pushes as opposed to draws. So I'm going to start from here, and then I'm simply going to think about the toe hitting that wall before the heel. And what I've got there is two elements which are vital for the draw. Path out to the right, face close to that path. You won't slice it again, you'll hit high draws. So if you try those drills and you're still leaving the ball out to the right, you could look at the driver. So many of the drivers these days are adjustable, and you can use that to your advantage. This is the new QI4D. I've got this in 9 degrees, and we've got the loft sleeve. We can adjust the loft. Now, if I increase the loft on my driver, so let's say I go to 10 degrees, that also has the effect of slightly closing the face. Brilliant if I'm someone who misses out to the right. So increasing loft also closes the face. We can tap into that. I've also got the weight ports here. So I've got 4 grams, and I've got 5 grams at the back. I can play around with those to maybe adjust the weight in the head. So dial the driver in, use those 2 drills, and I guarantee you'll be hitting drives that start straighter, fly straighter, and you'll be getting rid of that slice.